Hey rivals, welcome to Bax Attacks. There's a lot going on today with the new release with Alchemy, Beat the Base campaign, a kind of a party for SOHO, and the Wukong event coming up this weekend, a Kingdom event. So let's take a look at some of that stuff. The Alchemy Workshop, and Alchemy was the major feature of the release, being able to craft boosts, forge 5 Myithil pieces, and the opening up of a new campaign. There's also some rewards from video ads. That actually was pulled for bugs right after release. Some changes in the interface for the boosts. The ability to send gifts, which right now is just a 3 Battlestone mini pack for 99 cents. And some bug fixes for the morale bar. Also in the news feed you can see information on Relic Wars beta and recent winners. And they had a pretty cool event here called Beat the Base, where the developers and leaders at Space Ape were trying to beat this base and gave us the same opportunity. Everyone had the exact same troops, exact same spells on Ancient and Dragon, and no choice really to add anything. So you see what we have there, and you see the base. And if you just kind of take a normal approach to this and send in your troops from one spot, away from the freeze, concentrate on the 3rd spell, the base can be taken out pretty easily, and you can wipe through the whole base with that 3rd spell chaining and with the troops sweeping across it. So kind of an average try there. If you're doing it quick, takes about 40-50 seconds or a minute. However, the winner of this contest did it in under 10 seconds. How on earth did he do that? Well, if you look closely, there's a Dark Primus well, which is very weak, and these builder huts, which also have very few hit points. Those can be blasted out with the spells. Now, if you're coming from the south, you're going to get mauled by that Pulse Lightning Tower level 60. So coming in from the north here by taking out the builders' huts was how I was able to get a time under 20 seconds at least. And I'll kind of show you an example of how that goes. Dragon's trying to distract those freeze towers. He doesn't quite last long enough for me. But they're able to take out the base, and you can quit right there. That's how your timing will get scored there. So that's 14 seconds. I figure, well, I can do better than that. Now these recordings are actually after the live stream, but I wasn't able to record at that point. So I'm just showing some other examples here. Alright, so positioning the buildings right near my troops so I don't have to move my fingers as far. They're kind of old and don't move as fast as some of your guys. You just drop down those troops. And there we go. That's a pretty good time there. 12.93 seconds. During the stream, the best time that I was able to get was 10.46 seconds. So I was about the 4th or 5th best, but there were some folks doing it in like 9.5 seconds. Amazing. So well done to everyone who had fun and participated in that event, especially guys who were able to get the base taken out so quickly. All right. So after the campaign is done, you get this Alchemy Workshop, which takes 4 hours to build, costs 90,000 gold. While that's building, we'll take a look at the event coming up this weekend. It is a Kingdom event where everyone's points are added up with some pretty decent prizes on the ladder board here. The Life Peach, the Myithil, and the Bronze Statue Chest are the 3 key ones there. And it's 5 points base, 5 for using one of 3 Ancients. And here are the leaderboard prizes here. The Rui Jingu Bang is the key one for the top 120 kingdoms, and that's what's used to take Wukong from Epic to Legendary. The Peach will take him 1 step up to a maximum of Epic. So I think there's going to be some good competition for the Legendary Ascension material. The ladder prizes are really very doable, so that's good to see. So let's just take a quick peek at which 3 Ancients provide a bonus. Wukong, of course, with his 2nd spell, which does not allow the troops to die for about 7 seconds, is really handy. The second one here is Daji, which also has a very powerful second spell where the troops cannot be targeted and get some healing. Lasts about 5 seconds, and that's fire based. The third one you can use, if you choose, is Huajin, and his spells aren't quite as powerful as the other two, but very different. And if you want to mix it up a bit, that might be a good one to use, especially if you're going for the easier bases in multiplayer. And since we'll have a half day of the event with one of those fire ancients, Daji or Huajin, it'd be a good idea to not only practice, but to get that +3 mana bonus by doing the daily event. The cold bonus will be available in the last 11 hours of the event. Alright, so let's try Daji. And I have not used her with all birds before, so I just want to give that a try and see how that works. Stronghold 14 here with level 7 birds. They're upgrading to 8, that should be done soon. And she's a decent level. Not super high. And we'll kind of draw that firebolt, get the troops in, sweep across to distract the other one, and get ready for that 10 mana. Alright, provide the shroud. My troops are a little bit deployed a little wide, so the shroud isn't getting the ones on the end. But at least they're picking up a little bit extra mana. We need the troops in the middle to last. While they're shrouded, everything's going to be shooting the dragon, so hopefully the troops will go down quick. Well, not the troops. The troops did go down quick. We were hoping the defenses would. And fortunately, the dragon is just out of range of that Skywatcher, so I kind of lucked out on that one. My Manhunters are just not sturdy enough for this. Possibly with a higher level Daji that would work, but I think that second spell just lasts 4.5 seconds no matter what level. It's the healing that changes. So that's a kind of a short duration. I like the Vassal here, boys. A tough guy. Pretty good range, actually. And it provides a plus 25% bonus to damage for your troops. So not a bad idea to cast one of them at the beginning if you have the extra mana. But you really want to be able to get to that 10 for the Shroud as soon as possible. Okay, tougher base, and we're going to have to mix up the troops here. One of the benefits, actually, of being under the Shroud is that you can have 5 seconds of healing, so it makes sense to have a troop mix that includes Paladins. And since you want the extra mana including Mana Hunters is good. And then Soldiers are both tanky and good DPS. So we're going to switch our mix up here. We'll go for, I think, 3 Soldiers, 1 Paladin, 2 and 1 Mana Hunter. You can have a different mix, but those 3 troops are good to have in there when using Daji. If you're higher level and have higher level Mana Hunters, they'll probably work fine by themselves. But for me, I think this is going to work better than all birds. Okay, pretty decent amount of free mana at least, so that's good. And the troops looks like they're going to be able to come in more tightly grouped. They'll all benefit from the Shroud, they'll all benefit from the Paladins this way, and from the lifesteal as Malice goes across, so that's all good. It's going to be a question of how fast they can take out the buildings and rebuild the mana. And so far so good. Alright, Stronghold's going to go down at this point. And not really liking that third spell. I don't use it myself. If any of you guys do, let me know how it's working for you. Or if you make more use of the first spell. Definitely wouldn't mind getting some more tips on how I can use Daji better. Especially for the event. Alright, so we got one more attack here in the daily campaign. Now, one change they've made with the addition of the Alchemy Factory is you can no longer get a piece of Myithil from the daily campaign. If you noticed just a second ago, it said Myithil Shard Chest. And what those are basically pieces or shards of Myithil that you can put together or craft together, forge together into a piece of mithril at the alchemy factory. So what Space Ape is trying to do there is to kind of cut back a little bit on the randomization. I know some people got tons of mithril from the daily events. I did pretty well myself, to be honest, and others got very, very little, and so the shards will really help to even things out with that. So, sounds good in theory. We'll see how that works in practice. With Malice as the Dragon, I'm cutting across the base for the lifesteal, as well as distracting the spell towers. But it's all about the shroud here. And we'll just try one of that last spells. Okay, there we go. Mythril shard chest. And we'll see what's included in that. First we have the fire chest. There's no mithril in that now, it's just Primus, Elementals, and Ancients. Jowl, not bad. I don't usually see other Ancients in this chest too much. And there's the shards, and you can see that's all that it has in it. And I've seen it vary from 9 to 11 so far. There's 11. I don't know if they go higher or lower than that, but it's about 10. Doesn't get much in this description other than to say it has to be fused with alchemy in order to make use of it. And we fast forward just a little bit, and the workshop is done. Aurelia gives a little bit of an explanation of how that works. There's a few different types of recipes. These are for boosts. The White Thorn Blessing is kind of a healing one, and it uses those 3 petals, takes 10 minutes to do. You can also do Bloodthirst, uses some boosts and a shard. And there's kind of a essence or mana one. Here are the mithril recipes. We see the first one, takes a little bit of loyalty, the shards and the soldier. There's 5 levels. I don't know quite how many mithril we'll get from those 5 levels, so that'll be interesting to see. And then apparently there are some time exclusive crafting recipes. That'll be kind of interesting, I hope. Alright, so that'll take 10 minutes for the White Thorn petal to cook up. And by the magic of video editing, it's now done. You get within 5 minutes, you can skip that free, so let's take a look. There's the White Thorn Blessing showing up. That's a boost, so you can't really see that till in battle. Now it says recipe completed, so it doesn't seem to indicate you can do that multiple times. That's interesting. If that's true, you'll only be able to make 1 Bloodthirst period and 1 Essence boost period. That's interesting. Seems like the building will only get a few uses before it becomes useless unless they have a lot of time exclusive ones. Alright, so level 2 is going to be 240,000, so we may as well start that. We'll check that out at a later time. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think about alchemy and on this event and on the Beat the Base. Thanks for watching.